Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or event you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Tuesday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch there on demand. Today is March 5th, 2019, and now the news at noon.
From the Cortez Journal, a La Plata County man suspected of attacking people and private property with a skid steer loader last week has been charged with 3 felonies and 7 misdemeanors. John Westland, age 37, was charged Friday with 2 counts of menacing, 1 count of criminal mischief, and 7 counts of reckless endangerment, according to court records. Westland was arrested February 22nd in northern La Plata County. The incident occurred about 8:45 p.m. on Lake Purgatory Drive near Purgatory Resort. Westland surrendered after police drew their guns, according to the affidavit. Westland told police he had been trying to help his neighbors when he lifted their vehicle with his bobcat and denied trying to run them over, troopers wrote. Westland also denied trying to harm troopers. Westland's bond was set at $25,000. His next court hearing is set for March 29th, at which time he may enter a plea.
An update on the earthquake from yesterday in the Journal. A record magnitude 4.5 earthquake occurred Monday morning 35 miles north of Dove Creek in Montrose County, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The quake occurred at 10:22 a.m. in a remote area. Its epicenter was about 2 to 3 miles southwest of Bedrock along the lower Dolores River and was a half mile deep. 2 aftershocks of magnitude 1.9 and 2.0 occurred at 10:41 a.m. and 12:23 p.m. and several others followed later Monday. Quote, "It's a pretty strong quake for that area," said Paul Caruso, a USGS geophysicist. That area has a history of earthquakes, he said, but they are usually much smaller. Caruso said the largest number of observer reports came from the Moab, Utah area, and quite a few from Grand Junction, Fruita, Monticello, and Cortez. The highest intensity felt was a level 3, enough to knock items off a shelf, he said. There have been no reported damages or injuries. The type of quake and which fault it occurred on is under investigation. The chance of an aftershock of magnitude 3 or higher is 54% within the next week, according to the USGS aftershock forecast. The quake occurred in the Paradox Basin within the Colorado Plateau and is the largest recorded for that area, according to the USGS. A magnitude 4.4 earthquake in 2000 and many smaller earthquakes in the Paradox Valley were attributed to brine injection into deep wells from a Colorado River salinity control project. The injection fluid is known to cause earthquakes by adding lubrication and pressure to fault lines. The Bureau of Reclamation operates the 2.9-mile deep Paradox Valley Unit brine injection well along the Dolores River south of Bedrock. The epicenter of Monday's earthquake occurred about 1 mile southwest of the brine injection well. According to a March 4th reclamation press release, the brine injection well was not operating at the time of the earthquake due to routine maintenance, but agency spokesman Marlon Duke said that although the well was shut down, pressure would have remained high in the well. The injection well is part of the Colorado River Basin Salinity Control Program. It is designed to improve water quality in the Dolores River by preventing highly saline groundwater flows from entering the river. From when brine injections began in 1991 to 2014, more than 5,900 likely induced earthquakes have been detected, according to a 2014 report from the Department of the Interior. It is not clear whether Monday's earthquake is natural or induced, said Don Blakeman, a USGS geophysicist. He said officials are determining whether there will be further study of the quake. Monday's earthquake was reported at magnitudes 4.5, 4.6, and 5.3, depending on the scale used to measure the earthquake.
From the Cortez Journal, with a photo by Sean Dolan with the Journal, a sprinkler discharged a few hundred gallons of water inside of City Market in Cortez on Friday afternoon, closing the grocery store for a couple of hours. Firefighters, police officers, and sheriff's deputies responded to a fire alarm at 2:11 p.m. The employees began turning away customers by 2:30 p.m. The store reopened at 4:40 p.m. and employees continued to mop up. Earlier in the afternoon, the situation didn't seem as bright. He said a sprinkler had discharged near the deli, but firefighters did not find any signs of fire. The cause of the fire alarm and the sprinkler discharge is unclear. There was an odor of smoke, Balfour said, but its smoke was not verified. Its source was not verified. The sprinkler discharged water at a rate of 15 gallons per minute and ran for 20 or 30 minutes, Balfour said, leaving a 50-foot diameter pool up to 1.5 inches deep. At the same time, a Southwest Health System EMS treated a woman outside the southern entrance to the grocery store for an undisclosed injury. Balfour said she was within 25 feet of the sprinkler discharge and might have had a physical reaction. She was transported to Southwest Memorial Hospital. The store will reopen after authorities determine whether it is free of water, debris, and safety hazards. Balfour said employees at City Market will be on fire watch once it opens, meaning some employees will patrol the facility with fire extinguishers.
From the Journal File Photo, Colorado's controversial red flag gun bill, which would give law enforcement the right to seize firearms from gun owners who they believe pose a threat, passed the House on Monday against the objections of gun rights activists. It now heads to the Colorado Senate. House Bill 1177 has been supported by some Front Range sheriffs and was crafted by a lawmaker whose son died in a mass shooting. The bill would allow family or law enforcement to flag someone as a threat and seek a court order to have that person's firearms seized. If approved, a hearing would determine whether to extend the weapon seizure for as many as 364 days. The bill was approved on a vote of 38 to 25. Representative Mark Catlin, Republican from Montrose, voted against it, as did Representative Barbara McLaughlin, the Democrat from Durango, who approved it. On the Front Range, the bill has been supported by a coalition of Front Range sheriffs, district attorneys, and communities affected by mass shootings. But residents and officials in rural and western Colorado have already vowed to fight back against the measure should it become law. Last week, Montezuma County commissioners unanimously approved a resolution to make the county a gun sanctuary where HB 1177 would not be enforced. But it is doubtful the resolution would carry any legal authority or be enforced by Sheriff Steve Nowlin, who refused to sign the resolution. At least one other county, Fremont, has passed a sanctuary resolution. Dolores County has been discussing the options as well. 14 states have enacted so-called red flag bills, otherwise known as extreme risk protection orders. Colorado's version empowers family members or law enforcement to petition a judge to place a temporary order on a person who is a threat to his or herself or others. If approved, the order would require that person to surrender all firearms for up to 2 weeks while the court conducts a hearing to assess grounds for a longer-term seizure. The state would provide a gun owner with a lawyer for the hearing. The seizure can last for up to 364 days, but can be terminated at any time pending another hearing and petition from the gun owner.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, as New Mexico legislators consider gun control measures, numerous sheriffs have said they will not enforce gun laws they determine unconstitutional. But the governor says the sheriffs do not have the legal standing to refuse to enforce laws. More than 20 county commissions out of 33 in New Mexico have passed sheriff-backed resolutions expressing support for the law enforcement officials in deciding not to enforce gun laws they determine unconstitutional. The state legislation under review in Santa Fe includes a proposal to expand required background checks on private person-to-person gun sales. The sheriffs and their supporters say the bills infringe upon gun owners' rights and are unenforceable, which Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham, a Democrat, disputes. She pushed back on Twitter this week, asserting the legislation is constitutional. She also indicated the sheriffs do not have standing in the refusal to enforce reforms if they become law. And now let's take a look at the weather.
Here's the national weather map. Not shown here is the low temperatures, with the latest cold outbreak shattering March monthly records in several locations. Temperatures east of the Rockies will start to moderate as temperatures will be just 10 to 25 degrees below average. Snow moves out of New England but remains a feature at the Great Lakes and down into the Appalachians. Light rain along the southern coastline and across Florida, and back into the center of the country, mostly dry for today, while the west coast remains wet from that moisture plume that continues with another wave across the west coast with heavy snows to pummel the already very snowy Sierras. The Intermountain West is also expecting more high elevation snow. Regionally, the hazardous weather outlook states that no significant weather is expected today. However, snow showers will begin to move into the area tonight as the leading edge of that deep Pacific moisture reaches our area. Snowfall will be scattered in nature and largely limited to mountain areas. Accumulations will be light with minimal impacts from snowfall. Valleys may expect rainfall late tonight through Thursday. Another easterly propagating Pacific storm will move through the area, potentially bringing another round of heavy snow to the mountains. Mild temperatures are expected to limit heavy snow to mountain areas above 8,000 feet with rain or a mix of rain and snow. This system may bring as much as another 10 to 20 inches with locally higher amounts to the northern and central Colorado mountains. Thursday night, light scattered snow showers are over the mountains, with Friday and Saturday another Pacific storm moving through the region with significant snowfall accumulations possible. Sunday and Monday, the forecast models remain mixed, but significant winter weather appears unlikely at this point. So our 5-day DCTV outlook shows today increasing clouds with a high near 45 degrees, east winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southwest in the afternoon. Then tonight, a slight chance of rain showers before 1 a.m., and then a slight chance of rain and snow showers between 1 and 4, and a chance of it turning to snow showers after 4 a.m. Mostly cloudy with a low around 32 degrees, south-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. The chance of precipitation is 30%. Wednesday, the chance increases to 60% for snow showers before 10 a.m., then rain showers likely with some thunder. Cloudy with a high near 51 degrees, breezy with a south-southeast wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, increasing to 20 to 25 in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 35 miles an hour, again remaining at a 60% chance. The winds may help dry out some of the surface moisture. Little or no snow accumulation is expected. Then Wednesday night, more showers are likely and possibly a thunderstorm. Cloudy with a warm low around just 36 degrees, breezy with a southwest wind 10 to 20 miles an hour. Precipitation chance around 70% again. Thursday, a chance of rain and snow showers before 10 a.m., then a chance of rain showers, mostly cloudy with a high near 47. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, and the chance reduces to just 30% on Thursday. Thursday night, it continues with a 30% chance now of snow showers after 5 a.m., partly cloudy with a low around 32. Friday, waking up to a continued chance of snow showers before 8, then a chance of it turning to rain and snow showers between 8 and 9, and then a chance of rain showers after 9 a.m. Some thunder is also possible, not to be confused with the sound of an earthquake. Mostly cloudy day with a high near 45, breezy, and the chance of precipitation is 50%. Friday night, we persist with another chance for snow showers, mainly before 11 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 22 degrees and breezy, so that Friday night the ground may freeze back up, revealing a nice looking weekend with Saturday partly sunny, a high near 36 degrees, Saturday night partly cloudy with a low around 21, Sunday mostly sunny with a high near 43, Sunday night mostly cloudy with a low around 28, and into Monday still mostly cloudy skies with a high near 43. And now, back to the news.
According to the Cortez Journal, with a picture by Sean Dolan with the Journal, Montezuma County Commissioners on Thursday declared the county a gun sanctuary in response to a proposed gun control law in the Colorado legislature. About 150 people filled the commissioners' meeting room for public comment Thursday night, and about 10 others were in the county annex building watching the proceedings on a live video feed. 20 residents spoke in favor of the resolution and 9 spoke against it. About 8:30 p.m., the Board of County Commissioners voted 3-0 in favor of the resolution after a motion by Larry Don Sukla and a second by Jim Candelaria. Sukla also said he hopes to have a county ordinance to back up the resolution within 30 days. The resolution is based on Commissioners' conclusion that Colorado House Bill 1177, a proposed red flag law, violates the Colorado and U.S. Constitution's rights to gun ownership and due process. On Monday, the State House approved the bill. Now it goes to Senate. The resolution states Montezuma County is a sanctuary county for the constitutional right to bear and keep arms. It was signed by Commissioners Keenan Ertel, Candelaria, and Sukla, and County Clerk and Recorder Kim Parcell. Sukla said it boiled down to due process and protecting the rights of the Constitution. He said the red flag bill, by allowing a gun seizure, makes a person guilty until proved innocent. That breaks the Constitution and is not a law to follow.
Reported in the Journal AP file photo, former Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper said on Monday he's running for president, casting himself as a can-do uniter who's used to overcoming adversity and accomplishing liberal goals in a politically divided state. Quote, "I'm running for president because we need dreamers in Washington, but we also need to get things done," Hickenlooper, age 67, said in a video announcing his campaign. "I've proven again and again I can bring people together to produce the progressive change Washington has failed to deliver." He becomes the second governor to enter the sprawling field after Washington Governor Jay Inslee announced last week and is trying to cast himself as a pragmatist who can also take on President Donald Trump. Though as governor, Hickenlooper prided himself for staying above partisan fights, he has argued his record as a former governor and big city mayor, distinguishing him from a broad field of Democratic presidential aspirants who are backing ambitious liberal plans on health care, taxes, and the climate. Hickenlooper has hedged on supporting Democratic rallying cries like Medicare for All and the Green New Deal to combat climate change. He once worked as a geologist for a petroleum company and was roundly criticized for telling a congressional panel he drank fracking fluid while arguing for the safety of the energy extraction technique. It was after Hickenlooper was laid off from his geologist position during the energy bust of the 1980s that he inadvertently started on his road to politics. He opened a brew pub in a then desolate stretch of downtown Denver that unexpectedly took off. That enabled Hickenlooper to become wealthy by building a mini empire of restaurants and bars. It also led him to making a quixotic run for Denver mayor in 1993. Campaign ads featured Hickenlooper feeding quarters into parking meters to protest the city's charging for Sunday parking downtown. He won handily. As mayor, Hickenlooper helped persuade dozens of suburban cities, sometimes led by Republicans, to back a tax hike to fund a light rail network. He was filmed driving out of an airplane to advocate for a statewide ballot measure to suspend an anti-tax measure passed in the 1990s and allow the state budget to grow. When he ran for governor in 2010, he featured an ad of himself fully dressed, walking into a shower to scrub off negative attacks. It's all part of Hickenlooper's quirky political image. He vows not to run attack ads and has frequently made fun of his tendency to misspeak and wander off political message. A potential vulnerability for Hickenlooper is money. As a former governor, he can't recycle donations from prior campaigns into a presidential account, as can the many U.S. senators in the field. Hickenlooper's political committee raised $1 million during the first 2 months of the year, in contrast to senators such as Kamala Harris of California, Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota, and Bernie Sanders of Vermont, who raised more than that amount in the 24 hours right after they announced their campaigns. Still, Hillary Clinton vetted Hickenlooper as a possible running mate in 2016, and Democrats have spoken about his potential national appeal for years.
From the Cortez Journal, Durangoan Lori Costello grew frustrated with the for-profit health insurance system and took matters into her own hands. She cobbled together her own health plan using short-term and supplemental health insurance coverage. Costello, a retired physician, spends about $220 a month for short-term medical insurance with a $10,000 deductible. In case of major accident, she also purchased supplemental insurance through Aflac for $50 per month. Aflac will pay her cash if she gets sick or injured, money she can use to pay her medical insurance, deductible, or other health expenses. But Costello's short-term plan doesn't cover wellness visits to her doctor and other basic coverage. That will change April 1st, when new rules aimed at improving the quality of short-term plans will take effect. But the new rules are also expected to drive up costs for people like Costello who have pieced together their own plans. Short-term insurance plans have existed for a long time. They were designed to cover customers who lost a job, recently graduated from college, or were otherwise in need of coverage for a limited time. The plans recently received more national attention as an alternative to high costs some people pay for insurance through the state health exchanges, such as Connect for Health Colorado. The plans made national headlines in August when President Donald Trump's administration extended the maximum amount of time a consumer can have short-term health plans to 1 year, with the option to purchase short-term plans for 3 years. Short-term plans also provide limited coverage.
From the Durango Herald, Jerry McBride photos. Rain and abnormally warm temperatures this spring could cause serious flooding below the 416 fire burn scar. We'll be watching that area closely, said meteorologist Chris Cuoco with the National Weather Service. The area is not expected to see above average temperatures in March, April, and May, he said. But every storm is different, and the long-range forecast for average temperatures does not rule out periods of warm weather, he said. Rain on snow would cause the worst flooding for the Hermosa area during the runoff season. Higher daytime temperatures and warm nights could also cause higher higher runoff, said Butch Nalton, La Plata County Director of Emergency Management. The areas most likely to be affected by high levels of runoff are near or below Dike Canyon, Tripp Creek, and Hermosa Creek, he said. Nighttime temperatures below freezing would help moderate the runoff flows, Nalton said during an Animas River Community Forum. The forum brought together representatives from government agencies, ditch companies, and nonprofits working on flood mitigation. Some groups are working on construction projects to divert water and improve flood prediction, but not many projects are expected to be in place before spring runoff. In the short term, La Plata County plans to install temporary temperature and rain gauges that will help predict flooding this spring, said Tom McNamara, Emergency Management Coordinator for the county. The county is also working on putting in another temporary radar system during the summer that would help predict monsoonal systems, Nalton said. Flood mitigation on private property is also expected to get started this year, possibly during the summer, said county spokeswoman Megan Graham. 5 irrigation companies in the Animas Valley are also preparing for runoff waters that flow into ditches and are carried to areas they would not naturally go, said Ed Zink, the Secretary and Treasurer for Animas Consolidated Ditch.
From the Cortez Journal, syphilis is spreading nationally and across Colorado among residents using drugs, according to a recent report from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Heterosexual syphilis and drug use are intersecting epidemics, the report said. Colorado counties are likely not immune from the trend because opioid addiction is a known problem in the state, said Leanne Jolin, Executive Director of San Juan Basin Public Health. Those with substance use disorders are more likely to participate in risky sexual behavior and needle sharing, both activities that can spread infections such as syphilis, she said. Syphilis is caused by a bacteria. Left untreated, it can lead to blindness, paralysis, numbness, and dementia, according to the CDC. It is curable in the early stages with antibiotics. The disease has been rising nationally since 2000 and 2001, when it reached a historic low at 2.1 cases per 100,000, according to the CDC. In 2017, the national rate was 9.5 cases per 100,000. Until 2013, the spread of disease was mostly among men who have sex with men. However, between 2013 and 2017, the disease started to spread more among those who engage in opposite gender sex, use methamphetamine or heroin, inject drugs, or have sex with someone injecting drugs, the report found.
And today's High Canyon Country happenings. March 9th, the second annual Rocky Mountain Oyster Fry Benefit Dinner is held at Lewis Ariola Community Center from 5:30 to 9 p.m. This unique dinner benefits the 4-H and FFA Stakeholders Scholarship Fund. And don't care for Rocky Mountain oysters? That's okay. Chicken will be served as well. There will be a silent auction, dessert auction, and door prizes. Adult tickets are $15, seniors $10, and students under 8 are $8. Tickets are available through any 4-H or FFA member or at the Montezuma County Extension Office. March 7th through the 10th, the Durango Celtic Festival will be held at the Henry Strader Theater. As the Durango Celtic Festival enters its 7th season, they're excited to be bringing again to the stage award-winning artists from various Celtic countries. Please check out their website for this year's performers and ticket information online at DurangoCelticFestival.com. And Saturday, March 9th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., the Cortez Cultural Center presents Sweet Confections, candy making for those with little time. Join Karen Sheik and Holly Tatnall, previous owners of Seasonings Catering, to learn some simple candy making techniques and to try your hand making several pretty much no-fail recipes for fudge, divinity, brittle, and matzo crunch. They'll have a chocolate tasting and dip fresh strawberries and dried fruit, along with sharing some packaging ideas. And all of these happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with a YouTube replay, weather, original stories, and local posts. To share your event or information, please contact us by email dcbnnews@gmail.com or call the station 970-677-4119.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday and then is available online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page on demand.
Be sure to like us there on Facebook and join in on the news of our area. And of course, please share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.